Hey folks, welcome to Gaslight Vapes. I'm your host, Gaslight Khalifa. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're actually going to do a little bit of a device review. This is a RDA that a whole lot of people have been talking about lately. All the big reviewers are giving it a thumbs up. From the first time I saw this, I really wanted one. So today we're going to be looking at the Velocity. We're going to be doing a comparison too. I have an authentic and a clone. This is the Tobacco clone, or Tobacco, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I'm just going to be playing around with the clone. Once we go close up, we'll look at the authentic. So yeah, what to say about this thing, man? The one thing that I don't really like about dripping is how messy it is. Any other drippers I use, a lot of the guys at the shop that drip, like it's you guys that drip know it's just fucking messy. That's one of the things that I was super interested about this thing, just because of how the airflow is, how you can fully close it off. It kind of stops the leaking issue. It still obviously leaks a little bit. It is a dripper. It's got an incredibly deep juice well. I'll zoom in on that sucker. I should do this. Well, yeah, see, like it's super deep juice well. That two-post design makes it super easy to build on. And like I said, here is that airflow. You just spin and spin and spin and spin, and your direct airflow starts opening up right there. And every time you turn it, your little indirect holes open up, those little dots. It's just a fucking amazing design. The originals come from Avid Vapor. The clones you can get all over the place. Comes with a chuff, as well as an adapter to use your 510 drip tip. On the clone, the machining is quite good. Compared to the authentic, it's as close to a one-to-one clone as I've seen. Like they're bang on. The clone obviously has a little bit sharper edges and stuff like that, but other than that, it's like bang on. If you got the money, obviously buy the authentic. I don't have the money to buy authentics. I buy too many things to be able to afford authentics. And I'm not a huge dripper, so to me it's not worth buying an authentic. If you're a full-time dripper, I recommend you buy the authentic. It works awesome. The guys put a lot of money into R&D, so I recommend you buy the authentic. What else can I say about this? So instead of having the normal screws that go downwards into a fucking hole, these have screws that go into the side, and it actually pinches your wire between a solid piece of metal instead of going into a hole. And I know I break so many fucking wires by screwing that screw in downwards too tight, snaps the wires, fucks the coil. These I've put I've put 4 or 5 different builds in mine, and I haven't snapped a single wire because it is just getting pinched against a solid piece of metal. That's really nice. They are grub screws in the authentic and the clone. I don't mind grub screws. The thing I don't like is having to carry around a whole bunch of different Allen keys. I know a lot of them are the same size in a bunch of the clone drippers and stuff like that. Still, I don't like it. I have my build kit, and I don't like Allen keys. I prefer a screwdriver, but this is fine. Yeah. How about we go down close and look at them a little closer, and we'll talk to you in a bit. All right. Bye. All right, folks. Here's the different packaging. Obviously, the authentic right here, and the clone right there. Let's look at the two different Addies. So there they are. We got the authentic on the black base, clone on the purple base. Really, they look pretty much identical. One thing I do notice with the clone, when it's fully tightened down, the little holes are all fully closed off. Where the authentic, it is slightly open. Other than that, on the outside, they look kind of pretty much identical. Yeah, so let's get down inside of them a little bit. Sorry, the authentic's got a build on it. Looking at this, the holes, post holes, they are, I would say, almost identical, same size. Everything looks pretty much the same except for the positive post where they did the machining for the screw that holds it in place. It looks a heck of a lot nicer on the authentic. It's kind of hard to see. I think you can see it a little bit there. This one looks a little rougher. Other than that, you know, it's. I would say it's a 1-to-1 clone for sure. It's super close. Yeah, 2 O-rings, both. Yeah. So that's the bases. Let's look at the caps. So once again, like I said, fully closed off. The authentic still stays open a little bit on the inside. I would say that definitely the authentic looks a lot nicer inside. There's sharper edges on the clone one. Yeah, definitely there is for sure. As far as the threading feels, the authentic feels really super nice. Nice and smooth. The clone, it's a little tighter. Then again, the authentic has been used. This clone I just pulled out of the box, but you know it's still pretty smooth for a clone. The machining is is really nice. One of the better clones I've seen. So yeah, that's kind of the well. Let's look at these. Let's look at these guys. So inside, you can see there's a couple little burrs and stuff on the threading. The drip tip screws in nice and easy. The authentic, no burrs. It's nicely cleaned. It looks great. This screws in. If I can get it in there. Not quite as easily as the clone, and I don't want to cross thread this. Wow. That's really hard to get on there. There we go. And try the clone again. See, it was just me. No, sorry. I think the clone screws in a little nicer. Possibly, perhaps, because these threads are... I don't know. Yeah, the clone screws in much easier. The authentic is quite hard to get this on there. Oh, wow. So yeah, the machining is a lot nicer on on the authentic, man. I don't want to fuck these threads up for him. I'm going to pull this off. Buddy I work with, Mikey Panic, he lent me his authentic for this video. I, of course, really don't buy authentic, especially Addies, because I don't drip a whole lot. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put this down till later to try to get this screwed on, because... Oh, there we go. That's fucky, man. I'm just going to say that right now. That's really fucky to try to get on. So there you have it, folks. The authentic and the clone. Let's go up top and maybe vape on it. Alright, folks. So there you have it. That's the up close and personal view of the two of them. As far as vaping, I've got a black one that I've been using. I just grabbed the stainless one for the video to compare it to the authentic. It works awesome. What am I vaping on today in this sucker? We're vaping on some Caddyshack from a company called Stripped E-Liquid. Of course, it's Canadian. This is a cucumber and lime juice. Nice and refreshing for this lovely weather we've been having in Edmonton. Yeah, it's a good juice. So yeah, as far as vaping this sucker goes, I love it. I have the direct airflow shut off about halfway. I have the indirect holes closed right off. I get awesome flavor out of this thing. I have just a simple dual coil build at 0.3, vaping at 60 watts, 4.7 volts. I ain't gonna lie, the more you stop down the direct airflow, the louder it gets, obviously. I actually had it whistling pretty good earlier today. But it's not too bad. I love vaping this thing. Only time I really get much leakage is if I'm changing the airflow and the little bit of juice that gets caught between the top cap and the inside part of it comes out the indirect airflows. But whatever, it is what it is. It's not dripping all over the place and leaking all over the place like other drippers. Now, it's very, very rare that there's a device that pretty much everyone at my shop uses. Today, everyone that was working was using a Velocity. Everyone loves them. Like I said, all the big reviewers, they all pretty much give it a thumbs up. I'm going to give it a huge thumbs up. I love it. Take that for what you will. I'm not a dripper, but I fucking love this guy. The clone is super cheap, man. It's like 20 bucks depending on where you get it. I jumped the gun, unfortunately. I bought the black one somewhere else, paid a little bit more before we got them into our shop. But 20 bucks, it can't be beat. All right, folks, that's the Velocity. Enjoy. Talk to you later.